There's a habit that doesn't really announce itself. It's not a loud, dramatic failure. It's more like a whisper. It's a quiet vine that over time can grow around our biggest dreams and just stop them in their tracks. We're going to talk about that habit today, the habit of choosing what feels comfortable right now over what will actually help us grow. And it's way more destructive than you might think.
So let's just be honest with ourselves for a second. How many times have you said that, "I'll start tomorrow"? I know I've said it. You say it with the best intentions, right? You really believe that this magical, motivated version of yourself is just going to show up in the morning ready to go. But tomorrow usually ends up looking a whole lot like today.
And this is a really important idea to grasp. See, failure is a teacher. It's how you learn. It's the scraped knees that teach you how to balance on a bike. It's that project that flops that teaches you what not to do next time. But tomorrow is different. It's like a mirage. It gives you the feeling of progress without you ever having to take a single step. And you learn absolutely nothing from it.
Okay, so let's really pull the curtain back on this thing. Let's call it what it is, the comfort trap. It's time to see it for what it truly is. Not some safe place to rest, but more like a gilded cage that just keeps us from becoming who we're really meant to be.
And this is what it all boils down to. This isn't really about being lazy. It's about a simple calculation our brain is making all the time. When it has to choose between the guaranteed comfort of, say, the couch right now, versus the uncertain, delayed reward of going for a run, well, the couch usually wins that debate.
Does any of this sound familiar? It's that magnetic pull of your phone, right? Luring you into just scrolling and scrolling while that important project just sits there. Or it's the endless planning, making to-do lists about your to-do lists, which feels productive but isn't. And oh, the big one, waiting until you feel ready, waiting for that perfect moment of inspiration that, let's be honest, rarely ever comes.
The impact of these little, everyday choices is kind of like water slowly eroding a coastline. You don't see the change day to day, but over months, over years, it can completely reshape the landscape of a life. And to really show you what this looks like, I want to tell you a quick story about two futures, shaped by two very different kinds of choices.
So let me tell you about Amit and Rahul. They grew up together, went to the same college, and they've just graduated with the same degree. They've got big dreams too. Amit wants to build his own business, and Rahul, he wants to be a top-tier graphic designer. The day they graduate, their potential feels identical, limitless.
But almost immediately, their paths start to fork, all because of one simple choice. Amit decides, you know what, I'm just going to start. He knows looking for jobs is going to be a grind, but he's willing to face that discomfort to get closer to his goal. Rahul, on the other hand, he decides he's earned a break, a victory lap. He figures, I'll relax for a bit, I'll start soon.
Now, let's fast forward just 6 months. Not a long time. Amit has a job. It's not his dream job, not yet, but it's a start. He's learning, he's making connections, he's building some confidence. And Rahul? He's still on that break. But that comfortable feeling from 6 months ago, it's gone. It's been replaced by this low-level hum of anxiety. That pride he felt has turned into a quiet, nagging self-doubt.
And this is the whole point of the story. The gap between them wasn't about talent or luck. It was about the sum of all those small, private choices they made when no one else was looking. It was the choice to do the hard thing, even when they didn't feel like it. And over time, those tiny choices stacked up and created a massive difference.
So, what was really going on there? Why did Amit and Rahul make such different choices? Was it just their personality, or is there something deeper, something biological at play? To answer that, we kind of have to look under the hood at how our brains are wired by default.
Your brain loves a chemical called dopamine. It's the feel-good neurotransmitter. And things like scrolling social media, eating junk food, or just avoiding a task you don't want to do, they provide an instant, easy hit of dopamine. The problem is, it's like a sugar rush. It feels good for a second, but it leaves you feeling kind of empty. Real, lasting satisfaction comes from delayed rewards, from the effort.
And to keep us going for those easy hits, our brain tells us this very convincing little story. It whispers things like, you still have time, or just one more episode then you'll start. It's a rationalization, a justification that's really just designed to keep us in that loop of comfort and easy dopamine. Now, I really need you to hear this. This is not a character flaw. You're not a bad person for doing this. It's a biological drive. Our brains evolved to conserve energy because for our ancestors, that was key to survival. But that same wiring in our modern world can become a trap.
It's what keeps us on the couch when our future is waiting for us.
So if we're wired for this, how do we break free? How do we override that ancient programming? Well, we don't fight it with willpower and motivation, because those things come and go. We build a better system, a system that isn't based on beating ourselves up, but on something much more powerful, self-respect.
And if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this one simple rule. Act before you feel ready. We have it backwards most of the time. We think we need to feel motivated to take action, but it's the other way around. Action is what creates the feeling of motivation.
And this doesn't have to be some monumental effort. You can start so small. Just commit to doing the thing for 2 minutes. Just 2. Anyone can do something for 2 minutes. And what you'll find almost every time is that just getting started was the hardest part. That's the real victory.
This is where we can really start to change our relationship with this whole idea. For the longest time, I thought discipline was about punishing myself, forcing myself to do things I hated. But it's not. It's actually the ultimate act of self-respect. It's telling your future self, hey, you are worth this effort. You are worth this temporary discomfort.
I'll leave you with this final thought. The discomfort of discipline, it's temporary. It's like being sore after a good workout. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're getting stronger. But the pain of regret, that's a whole different kind of pain. It sticks with you. It's the quiet ache of wondering what could have been. So the question really is, which pain will you choose? The short-term pain of discipline or the lifelong pain of regret?